Alright, so this is the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, and let's be honest, at first glance, it looks a lot like last year's model. It's got slightly boxier edges, a tiny bit thinner bezels, and camera rings are sticking out just a tad bit more. But here's the thing, I've spent over a month with this phone now, daily driving it here at home, but also taking it with me as our B-roll camera in China, Korea, and India. So 6 months after its initial launch, is the S25 Ultra still worth the hype? Let's find out. Now, first off, design-wise, this phone is tough. After a month of daily use and constant traveling and throwing it into pockets, bags, and trays at airport security, the Gorilla Glass Victus 3 has genuinely stood up well against scratches and everyday wear and tear. Sure, glass is still glass, but this phone feels really solid. Usually I would add a case and a screen protector before I even look at a phone, but rocking this thing naked has honestly been liberating. One small but very smart tweak that Samsung has made that I immediately noticed, especially handy when swapping out SIMs constantly, is moving the SIM card tray. It might seem trivial, but it genuinely has helped me avoid those annoying microphone pokes, which I am definitely guilty of. The design is nice too. It's a shame it's not really different from the S24 Ultra, but it feels good to hold in the hands for sure, especially, like I said, naked. Feels solid. So here's the deal. The 6.9-inch LTPO AMOLED screen on the S25 Ultra is genuinely gorgeous. Quad HD resolution, buttery smooth adaptive refresh rate that moves between 1 Hz and 120 Hz seamlessly. It just makes everything look and feel great. But what really impressed me was actually the anti-reflective coating. Trust me, after trying to read directions under very bright sunlight in Chennai or snapping videos in Seoul on sunny afternoons, it makes a noticeable difference. It's bright, it's color accurate, and honestly, it just looks good. Even like I said, in the blistering sun of Chennai, India, trust me, it gets hot in India in summer, it never got so hot that the screen became unreadable, which is something that my iPhone 16 Pro Max is very happy to do. So, performance-wise, the Snapdragon 8 Elite chip has held up brilliantly. Flying internationally means loads of multitasking, using maps, translation app, and non-stop social media stuff that comes with running a car publication, and this phone didn't flinch once. It consistently felt just as fast and fluid as Apple's latest A18 Pro chip. Although a 256GB storage version of this phone is coming out soon, right now you can only buy a minimum of 512GB, though, to be honest, that is the bare minimum for my use anyway, and it's actually very well priced, I think, at 1,949 Australian dollars. It also comes as standard with 12GB of fast RAM, which has been more than enough for what I put this thing through. The cooling improvements as well, with a larger vapor chamber, were genuinely noticeable, especially during those long gaming sessions on flights or intense filming sessions. There has been no overheating, no noticeable throttling, just solid reliability. In terms of benchmarking and using Geekbench 6, the multi-core CPU performance is really strong at about 14% better than the iPhone 16 Pro Max and its A18 chipset, but single-core performance is about 11% worse for the S25 Ultra, though that's a bit tit for tat. Big bonus though, no more Exynos chips for Australia. Everyone globally now gets the Snapdragon, meaning consistent performance no matter where you are based. I remember that being by far the most annoying thing for me when I bought my Note 10 years ago now. It had worse performance than every other Note 10 and also worse battery life, and it left me wanting more. So it's good to see Snapdragon 8 Elite no matter where you are. Battery life has honestly been great too, even under intense daily travel conditions. Heavy use involving constant navigation, photos, videos, social media typically left me with about 30 to 40% battery by day's end. It's actually the same 5,000 milliamp hour battery as before, but because of the efficiency gains of the new Snapdragon 8 Elite chip, it's a few percent better than before. Charging times have also been steady, about 70 minutes from empty to full with a 45-watt charger. Wireless charging though is capped at 15 watts. That's fine, but other brands definitely beat this by a fair margin. It's also a little annoying it doesn't come with the Qi 2 magnetic standards now. It's something I really love about my iPhone, just being able to stick it up on a wireless charger and watch something while working. It's a bit of a game changer, so sad it's not here. Thoroughly tested the cameras on this phone across 4 different countries, and the upgraded 50 megapixel ultra wide camera truly stood out. It consistently produces sharp, vivid, distortion-free photos and videos, making it ideal for the filming and content capturing we do on car source. The main 200 megapixel sensor delivers strong detail and very vibrant colors, but Samsung's aggressive image processing, especially the smoothing of skin, has sometimes felt overly artificial in different lighting conditions. The telephoto lenses on this thing though, absolutely incredible. Perfect for zooming in on distant subjects very clearly, and this has been one of my favorite things about using the S25 Ultra. Frankly, a game changer for a lot of shots. And video image stabilization is definitely amongst the best we've seen on any Android device. But I'll be honest, for video, I've still found the iPhone 16 Pro Max is simply better, especially due to its software stabilization genius. But also, the inclusion of log video shooting is a huge plus for anyone serious about video editing. Super handy when capturing those professional level like content abroad and wanting to color grade the video yourself. But also, as standard, the colors are fine anyway. Now, after using One UI 7 on Android 15 intensively for a month, I'm really happy with Samsung software. The new Now bar at the bottom of the screen is genuinely useful. It gives quick and easy access to important notifications and controls. AI features have actually been really solid. The object eraser when you want to take something out of a photo is actually very good. And the natural language search features in settings and gallery are also really good. And a big shout out to AI Select, which is again very good when you just need to take some information off of images. Let's talk about though one of the most controversial parts of the new S25 Ultra, and that is the trimming of features from the S Pen. I'll keep this bit short because 1 month later, I gotta be honest, I'm still a little disappointed about losing the Bluetooth from the S Pen. While away, I did want to use remote camera controls, especially when I wanted to take like a group photo with Jacob. It's such a small thing, and yes, less than 1% of people who own the S24 Ultra ever actually use that feature according to Samsung, but for an Ultra phone, to take away features still feels like a questionable decision. And then there's competition, right? Because competition is not insignificant at this price point. We've seen firsthand what other brands offer overseas. Hell, the $200 India phone from iQOO is really good and 10 times less than this. And it's clear that Samsung faces some serious competition globally. You've got Chinese brands like OnePlus, Vivo, Huawei, and Xiaomi who are increasingly offering really solid options, longer lasting silicon carbide batteries, faster charging, often at lower prices. And Samsung's safe and incremental update strategy might maintain the reliability, but it definitely lacks the excitement and some of the innovation that we're kind of seeing elsewhere. And there are a couple of other things that stood out to me over the past month as missed opportunities. One, no silicon carbide battery technology, which, like I said, competitors now offer for improved longevity, better packaging, and performance. Doesn't have IP69 rating, which will matter to some people. Me, not so much. But the biggest thing for me is no built-in Qi2 magnets. It just limits compatibility with convenient magnetic accessories like I use when traveling. For example, this is my favorite one, just a portable wireless charger stand. Small, but I notice it. Sure, these emissions may cut costs and they may make this actually a bit more affordable, but they also limit the S25 Ultra's premium appeal, at least in my opinion. So here are my final thoughts. After a full month of extensive use both here in Australia and also overseas, what is the verdict? Well, honestly, it's still an excellent phone. It's got great performance, a beautiful display, reliable battery life, and at 1,949 Australian dollars, there are certainly worse phones you could buy. And so if you're a Samsung fan or even just an Android enthusiast, you'll definitely enjoy what this phone offers. But if you're looking for groundbreaking innovation or exceptional value for money, it's probably not what you're looking for. Does it deserve the Ultra name? Probably, yeah. But I also think the next gen S26 Ultra should push the needle forward a bit more than this S25 Ultra has. And if you are after a value offering that can still compete with modern flagship phones at a slightly lower price point, honestly, the S24 Ultra is very much worth looking into. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments section below. What do you think of the S25 Ultra? And 6 months later, is it worth the hype? Make sure you hit subscribe as well for more detailed real-world tech reviews just like this. Like and share with a friend too. It really helps the channel out. Thank you guys very much for watching. Ciao for now.